Yesterday, the Rays finished their homestand with another dramatic victory over their AL East rivals from New York. Kevin Kiermaier and C.J. Cron supplied the offense. And then some creative managing from skipper Kevin Cash in the ninth propelled Tampa Bay to a 3-2 victory. Tonight, the Rays arrive in the Charm City to square off against a familiar face, right-hander Alex Cobb and the Baltimore Orioles. Tonight we welcome you to Baltimore, where the Rays interrupt a string of 15 out of 19 games at home to open this series at Camden Yards against the Baltimore Orioles. Hi again, everyone. Welcome to an evening of Rays baseball with Brian Anderson, Dwayne Stats. Great to have you aboard. Rays off that series victory to wrap up the last homestand. In fact, over the last couple of weeks, the offense has been very good. They're averaging over 6 runs a game. In BA yesterday, a couple of home runs and one by C.J. Cron made the difference.
Listen, he's starting to hit the ball hard once again, and C.J. Cron had a miserable month of June where he hit just 130, but guess what? It has been a completely different story here in July. 18 games, he's hit safely in 13 of them, but he's had a lot of multi-hit games, including three-hit games. That average at 379. 12 extra base hits, 13 driven in. That's what the Rays have him in the lineup to do, and that's what he's getting done. And of course, that was the big home run off the top of the wall. And yesterday's ball game turned out to be a big one for the Rays. And Jonathan Schoop, it's been a miserable season for him offensively all year long, except here in July, he has flipped the switch. And look what he's done. 367 average, 6 home runs, 11 driven in, currently 8-game hitting streak. He's hit safely in 18 of the 19 games that he's had an at-bat in. But get this, taking it like Adam Jones, no walks in the month of July. He is turning it loose, free swinging.
Well, there's the pitching matchup. Hunter Wood will make his 3rd start as the opener tonight. A number of Rays arms will be involved in this one again. And on the mound for Baltimore, the former Ray, and a number that's really unbelievable, an ERA of 6.17, and Cobb with a record of 2-13. No one would have thought that through 18 starts so far this year. Rays and the Orioles moments away from Camden Yards. Tonight from Baltimore, the Rays and the Orioles meet for the 10th time this year in what will be a 19-game season series. The Rays have won 5 and dropped 4 to Baltimore so far this year, dividing 6 games here at Camden Yards, right down the middle, 3 wins and 3 defeats. Well, Alex Cobb and Hunter Wood, the pitching matchup. We'll take a look at the Rays starting lineup, presented by your Southern Ford dealers. Kevin Kiermaier to lead off in center, followed by the third baseman Matt Duffy, and then Jake Bowers, who's in left field tonight. C.J. Cron will at cleanup. The DH is Ji-Man Choi. Joey Wendell at second base, hitting 6th in front of a Danny Echeverria, with Michael Perez, the catcher, coming over in the trade, and he'll make his debut tonight, hitting 8th. Alex Smith will bat 9th and play right field.
Well, when you break down Alex Cobb's season, it's tough to find any bright spots, and we're going to take a look at his last 8 starts, but particularly bad. 0-6 on the record, the ERA, 6.15 opponent average whip. It has been an interesting season. His last win came against the New York Mets. That was on June the 5th in New York. But outside of that, there has been little to get excited about over Alex Cobb's season, and count me as another one, Dwayne, that did not see a season like this coming. Let's take a look at the defense and see how it's going to line up behind him here tonight. Brought to you by Golden Diamond Source. And in that outfield left to right, we've got Trey Mancini, Adam Jones, and Mark Trumbo. Across the infield, third to first, Jace Peterson, Tim Beckham, Jonathan Scope, and Chris Davis. Caleb Joseph will be behind the plate.
Well, it has been something of a lost season here for Baltimore, and Buck Showalter, the Orioles, coming in at 29-73, and in the last couple trades highlighted by the Manny Machado deal, and then Britton leaving this bullpen. Zach Britton. They have added 8 minor league players to their system, and what looks to be the beginning of a rebuild. And Kevin Cash with the Rays. He has the Rays 52-50. All set to play ball. And here's Kevin Kiermaier against the former Ray, Alex Cobb. First pitch swung on and lifted into left. Mancini to his left and is there to make the catch. So 1 pitch, 1 away. Here's Matt Duffy. Duffy comes in, tied for 8th in the league in hitting at 305. Matt takes the first one for a ball, 1-0. Strike 1-1. As you know, Alex Cobb missing the entire 2015 season due to Tommy John surgery. Worked his way back last year, a 12-game winner for the Rays at 12-10. And this year in Baltimore, his free agent year, and it has not worked out at all.
He was coming off that 12-10 season. The ERA was 3.66, and he had completely reinvented himself as a pitcher. You know, really never got the split change back, so the curveball became the secondary pitch to go along with the fastball, and the split changeup he kind of hid away and still was able to, you know, to have a lot of success. So the thinking was, hey, if he ever finds that pitch again to go along with the curveball that had become a legitimate weapon, well, you got a chance for him to really take off, and I think that's what Baltimore was banking on.
And now a strike on the outside corner, and here in Baltimore, he has not abandoned that split. You know, we saw him last year try to find opportune times to see if he could get the kind of depth on it that he did before, and it was intermittent.
Yep, and he's thrown it a lot more this season to left-handed hitters. You know, to right-handed hitters, he's become very predictable. It's the fastball and the curveball, very few split changes. At least, you know, a number that's small enough that you're really not going up there expecting that pitch. You can really hone in on the fastball and the curveball, and you know, lefties have had success off of him, but righties have hit him very hard too.
Yeah, right-handed hitters batting .314 against him this year. Ground ball headed to short for Beckham. His throw to first in time. 2 up and 2 down. Well, almost anywhere you look, it has been an issue for Alex Cobb, as this illustrates right here.
Well, that's what you're talking about with the right-handed hitters. You know, Dwayne, we talk about an awful lot of being able to eliminate pitches because of certain counts or certain tendencies. When you can eliminate a pitch before you really step into the batter's box, and a right-handed hitter can, you know, disregard the changeup. Boy, what an advantage they have. Our numbers bear that out.
You know, this game often referred to as a game of statistics, a game of percentages. And think about the percentage swing if you do eliminate a pitch. I mean, that really helps a hitter. Just as basic as 3 pitches to 2 pitches. And a big cut and a miss. Bauers now behind 1-2.
Well, the last 2 pitches have been that changeup. First one had good depth and Bauers laid off of it. The second one looked more like a traditional changeup and had Bauers way out in front.
Two balls, 2 strikes.
I'll tell you that just here in the early going, the other thing that could be hurting Alex is the speed differential. Fastball 92, changeup 87. You'd like to see a bigger margin than that.
And a cut and a miss. He comes back and gets him. Had him out in front. 1, 2, 3. Go the Rays. Bottom of the first coming up. Against the Orioles tonight. And a look at the starting lineup brought to you by your Southern Ford dealers. And there's Tim Beckham. He's going to lead off while playing short, followed by Jonathan Scope and then Adam Jones. Mark Trumbull, the cleanup man, in front of Chris Davis. Trey Mancini hits 6th. Danny Valencia, the DH. Jace Peterson at 3rd, hitting 8th. And Caleb Joseph will bat 9th.
Well, as far as the Rays pitching plans tonight, buckle up, because here comes Hunter Wood. He's opening up his 3rd game this season. His longest outing pitch-wise is 38. Longest outing by innings is 3. So at that point, turn it over to the bullpen and ride it out.
And he generally comes out firing. And the right-hander's first pitch, a fastball at 95, and it's fouled back by Tim Beckham.
Yeah, it's interesting with Wood getting his 3rd open, and Stanek, he's at what, 13 or 14 at this point. And both of these guys, they've told him, just go out there and air it out. I mean, put these guys on notice right off the bat, and then we'll put it together from there.
One and one. Well, Beckham's hitting .216. He has 4 home runs. And 13 runs batted in.
There's Ryan Stanek. I'll tell you what, the Open has really given his career a shot of life. Really taken to that role. Hunter Wood has done a nice job too.
Check swing, foul, and it's 1-2. Yeah, it's an interesting mindset. You know, the difference between running out there maybe with a guy on in the 9th inning trying to protect the lead, or you start even in the 1st inning. And for hitters, you get these two guys with this kind of velocity and the other pitches they can bring with them. They're ready to go right from the beginning, and there's a swing and a miss. Beckham swinging over the breaking ball out in front as well. That's one away.
Well, he's got a really good curveball, and Hunter Wood does a nice job of hiding it. Likes to go with that pitch primarily when he's ahead in the count, especially with 2 strikes. But he hides that pitch, you know, fastball slider to the righties, and then here comes that big hook, and we see it surprise a lot of guys.
So a strikeout of the first man he faces, and here is Jonathan Scope. He's gotten hot recently. Ground ball over the mound, right behind second base. Joey Wendell stationed there, and the 1 pitch at bat for Scope. 2 up and 2 down.
Well, let's quickly set the rest of the Rays defense for you. Brought to you by our good friends at Golden Diamond Source. And in the outfield left to right, we've got Bowers, Kiermaier, and Smith. Across the infield, 3rd to 1st, Duffy, Echeverria, Wendell, and Crone. Michael Perez making his Rays debut. How about that? He had traded for yesterday, and you're right out in that starting lineup today.
Show up today and put you right in there. There he is. It'll be interesting to watch him as we get to know the young catcher and what he brings to this club.
Got the generic catching gear tonight. You got to get that glossed up for him.
First pitch to Jones is down. 1 ball, no strikes.
No artwork on the helmet. Very plain chest protector and shin guards.
There's a strike, and it's 1-1. Jones with 10 home runs, 277. And he's reaching for that one. 1-2.
It's the one thing that you do know about the majority of guys in this lineup. They like to swing the bat, so you have the opportunity to expand on them and get them to chase out of the zone. Adam Jones being one of the biggest defenders.
Fouls that fastball back. Wood, 24 years old, out of Arkansas. I'll tell you, this pitching staff, especially with the addition of Jalen Beeks, getting to have an Arkansas flavor to it. And a cut and a miss. That takes care of Jones. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Hunter Wood. C.J. Cron will open the 2nd inning when we return. Rays nothing, Baltimore nothing. Orioles Park. Leading it off here is C.J. Cron, and boy, what a difference a month makes for Cron. He struggled through June and has been very hot in July.
The slugging percentage is what really jumps out at you. 299 to up over 720. You know, hitting the ball hard again, driving it, using that natural power that he has. And how about a career high already with 20 bombs?
That's a strike, and it's 1-1. Facing Alex Cobb. Cron has a career home run against Cobb. He's 2 for 6 off him. And now it's 1-2. Shift on behind Cobb on the Baltimore infield. This one is a little wide, a fastball. Well, here's that home run he hit yesterday in the 6th inning. Hit it back into the Tropicana triangle, and it hit the top of the fence and then bounced over. He is out on strikes here.
And how about this, where we talked about, and maybe Alex Cobb will have to keep our eye on this, 2 changeups in that at-bat to C.J. Cron, and that's what he closed him out with right there. So a pitch that he does not throw very frequently to the right-handed hitter, and he threw 2 of them to Cron in that at-bat.
Well, here's Choi serving as the DH again. The first pitch to him is a strike. Choi on the year with 3 home runs. He's hit 1 in a Rays uniform in 8 games. This is his 9th game. This one on the ground. And that goes Beckham, who's on the right side on the shift, to Davis. 2 up and 2 down. 5 in a row retired by Cobb to begin this game. The hitter's going to be Joey Wendell. Wendell up to 282. Coming off a 2 for 3 day against New York. And the pitch is too low as he lays off. One and one. Oriole Park. Good park to hit in. Foul there, 1 and 2.
Yeah, you look at the dimensions, and Dwayne, we left center field here at 364. There, you know, you compare that with Yankee Stadium where it's 399 out in left center field. I mean, that's a huge difference. A lot of homers. 318, that's not a very big number.
Yeah, that 364 and 318. 318, you've got to hit it down. That's down the right field side. There's the scoreboard out there on top of the wall. So you've got to get some lift, some height on that shot, but to left and to 364. That wall is not a tall wall out there at all.
It gives these guys great opportunities to bring them back. Go out there and make.
It's about 7 feet out there.
Yeah, it's like the 8-foot rims when you used to dunk on those when you were in high school and you felt really cool.
Yeah.
I still do that from time to time.
Pitch wide, nothing wrong with that. 2-2.
Got to see my windmill on the 8-foot rim.
I would have to think that if you're on the mound, that 364 with that low wall, 7 feet tall, seems very close.
shake hands with him, turn around and high five it. Yeah, it can be uncomfortable pitching here for sure.
Liner caught for the second baseman Scope. Strikeout, ground out, and a line out. We're doing inning and a half, no score. Is brought to you by W.B. Mason. Who but W.B. Mason, the official office supply company of the Tampa Bay Rays. By Publix, where shopping is a pleasure. And by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Mark Trumbo is playing right field tonight, hitting cleanup. Takes the first pitch upstairs. Wood with that fastball consistently in the mid-90s, sometimes a pop or two more. A couple of strikeouts in the first inning and a 1-2-3 first. Tap. A foul ball takes the count to 1-1.
Pretty good range too. You think about the curveball at 75 and all the way up to that 96-mile-an-hour heater, 21 miles per hour. You got the slider that he'll fit in between. An occasional change up to a left-handed hitter.
Pitch is down. 2-1.
That really is his changeup to the righties. He gets a lot of depth with that pitch, but the change of speed, you see guys miss it in two planes. They're over the top of it, and they're way out in front of it.
And there's a cut and a miss. Fastball by him. 2-2.
Yeah, you know what's great too about the high fastball and the curveball? You can use either one to set up the other. You know, you can go fastball up and then change the speed curveball below, or the curveball below just like you did, and then run that fastball up and catch a guy by surprise. So that's a nice way to use that pitch.
And he just missed there. A little wide, and the count's going to be full. Well, there's the range just in this at bat, from 74 to 95.
And you get a couple upper 80s in there too.
This one lifted into left field. Bowers coming in, and he's got it. So with one away, Chris Davis will stroll to the plate. Our Toyota inside look, and boy, what a problem this year has been for Chris Davis, and it really has been a trend, as we can see here.
Yeah, starting in 2016, the average comes way down, the homers down, but you know, still upper 30s you could live with. And then a season ago, 215, 26. This year has been an unmitigated disaster for Chris Davis. At a one point in time, not too long ago, he was on pace for the worst season statistically in the history of the game.
It seems hard to imagine when you look at some of the prior years he's had in the production. And signed a long-term deal here.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's a contract that is immovable. I mean, there's no way. And so you hope that some adjustments get made, but like you said, it's trending in the wrong direction.
Foul ball on the right side. So it's a 1-2 count. And Davis has struck out 122 times this year. He's hitting .153. Rays overload him on the right side. A breaking ball he takes down. 2-2.
Now, there was a game here, and I can't for the life of me remember the team that they were playing, but as you see Matt Duffy, playing a shortstop up the middle in an at-bat against Chris Davis, 2 strikes. Everybody, he goes over here, maybe not out in the outfield, but calibrated, gentlemen. Need to get it calibrated.
Well, there's a fastball called 3rd strike.
You had 4 guys on the right side. They didn't even put someone over there just to do it.
Yeah, and that goes to the train of thought. People talk about the shift. You go, well, why don't you just put down a bunt? Well, that's what they'd like you to do.
Yeah.
If you're a big power hitter, if you get him to try to bunt, okay, good.
And that's what the hitters have done. I think that everybody thought, well, once you started shifting crazy like this, hitters would start to hit the ball the other way. And certainly some have, but I think for the vast majority of these guys, it's like, well, I'm going to hit it over the shift. I'm just going to go over the top of it.
And that's been the approach by and large against the shift. There's a ground ball. Echeverria off his glove and picked up by Wendell behind him. And Cini's going to have a base hit.
And I wonder something. It's a base hit, but if Echeverria is in a good rhythm and out in the lineup every day, he makes his play. He makes his play all the time.
Yep.
But a little bit of rust starts to set in because he has not been out there, as often as he normally is.
Yeah, that's how good he is that you anticipate he's going to make that play.
Yep.
When you calibrate everything else that goes into whether it's a hit or an error, it's going to be a hit. But for him, in his heart and mind, he's thinking he should have made that play. Here's Valencia. Here's a guy who's been just murder against the Rays through the years. Pitch is down. He is the DH tonight. 254 with 9 home runs. Among a multitude of problems the Orioles have had, they've had a difficult time getting production out of the designated hitter's role. Their DH is cumulative under 200 for the year with just 36 runs driven in.
I mean, that's like a National League team playing some interleague. Now, it has been, when you look at this team across the board, lowest batting average in the American League, lowest on-base percentage in the game, up and down the line. They have statistically fell well short of what they obviously were expecting.
3-0. Well, there you have it. When you look at runs per game last, average, next to last. These are in the major leagues now.
Yeah.
On base percentage. And then you get to the starters ERA, 5.30.
If you can't score and you can't run prevent,
makes
what
it
can
difficult.
You do? Very.
And there's ball 4. So with 2 outs, an infield single and a 4-pitch walk to Valencia. And Kevin Cash is headed to the mound. Jace Peterson is due up. We've had Yarbrough getting ready at the bullpen, and it's time to make the pitching change. Brought to you by the Florida Lottery. 1 2/3 for Wood, a hit, a walk, 3 strikeouts. He leaves with Mancini at second base, Valencia at first, and Ryan Yarbrough comes in from the Rays bullpen, the tall lefty, making his 26th appearance.
Well, a completely different style here. You go from the hard-throwing Hunter Wood to Ryan Yarbrough, more of a finesse lefty, works quickly. Boy, has he been able to ring up some decisions. 8-5 on the record in his role most of the time as that guy that's going to come in after the opener, but 93 2/3. Comes into a little bit of a spot here.
Well, Peterson, a 191 average. He takes the breaking ball to begin the at bat. A little wide, 1 ball, no strikes. Peterson 2 of 18 for the Orioles against left-handed pitching, and there's a long one. A lot of distance on that one, but well foul. It's 1-1. Three home runs for Peterson, all against right-handed pitching. And some distance on that foul ball. 2-1. Caleb Joseph, the catcher, is on deck. Starts to go, checks in time. Moves it to 3-1.
I'm trying to get him with that cutter, and he takes it just off the plate. You absolutely could have evened the count.
And that's inside. The bases are going to be full. With 2 outs, the infield hit. And 2 walks to load the bases.
And guess what? Caleb Joseph has been swinging the bat well here the last little while.
He certainly has. Hitting .228 for the year. But he's on a stretch in July. In his last 13 games, he's hitting .366. A couple of home runs on the year. Misses inside. 1 ball, no strikes.
That look on the face of Kyle Snyder was kind of like, guys, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? This is the worst offensive team in Major League Baseball, and we're walking guys down at the bottom of the order.
And a little tapper foul. That's 1-1. Yeah, that reference to Snyder you mentioned, that's the life of a pitching coach. That's the life of a pitching coach right there.
No control. Some control, but when you're standing over there, no control. You're just like, I've trained these guys well. They know the game plan, but we're going to need a few more strikes.
Yeah, that was a little foul ball to run the count to 1-2.
Change of pace. You see the grip, change up grip.
An infield hit and 2 walks have loaded the bases here. And the 1-2 popped up right side. Foul ball. Crone's after it, but no chance. About 5 rows back. Wood has been in that dugout paying close attention. He left with 2 men on. They're accountable to his line. Yarborough walked Peterson. And a high fly ball into left. Bowers, not yet to the track, makes the catch to retire the side. They leave him loaded, and we go to the third. No score.
Yards between the Orioles and the Rays. Well, it has been a whirlwind of a day for catcher Michael Perez, who is on deck and making his major league debut. Apparently his best asset is his defense, but his left-handed bat should not be discredited. His entire family from Puerto Rico is in attendance today. And what's funny is that when Kevin Cash called him last night to welcome him to the team and tell him that he's starting today, after they hung up, Perez called the Rays travel secretary, Chris Westmoreland, and said, "Hey, someone just called me and told me that I'm starting tomorrow." And the travel secretary said, "Yeah, that was the manager of the team." So it's safe to say that he's been taking a lot of calls in the last day, but here he is on deck, ready to make his major league debut, guys.
Yeah, Michelle, thank you very much. He'll hit second behind Danny Echeverria here in the third, and Malik Smith will hit third. Ball against Alex Cobb. Echeverria takes a pitch for a strike. Fastball on the outside corner. Echeverria hitting .262. 3 home runs for the Rays shortstop. It's fouled away. Alex Cobb has retired the first 6 men he has faced, picking up a couple strikeouts along the way. One and two. Last outing for Cobb was against the Blue Jays in Toronto. He gave up 4 runs, 1 earned, and lost that game 4-1. It's a pitch that just missed. 2-2. So he's lost 6 decisions in a row, and he's never done that before in his career. Chopper left side into the glove of Peterson. His throw on the line to first, 1 away. So that brings up the Rays catcher Michael Perez about to step in.
Well, let's take a look at a scouting report on Mr. Perez. An opportunity knocks. You know, he went into camp with the Arizona Diamondbacks, and the feeling was this kid has a chance to work his way to the big league level this season. Problem was he was 4th on the depth chart, so he was not going to get that chance here or there. He gets a chance over here after getting traded, and strong arm and emerging. You know, they talk about how strong his arm is behind the plate, but when you look at his offense, last season between AA, AAA, he had a slash line of 284 and 370, and this season at Reno, AAA, he was hitting 284 with an on-base percentage of 342. So things starting to move in the right direction for him offensively.
And from the catching end, the reports we've seen, and of course this is our first look at him as well, one of the things they like is from the analytical side. Pitch framing, being able to pick up an extra strike here and there. And that's something that apparently over the last year, a year plus, has really developed in his game.
Yep. Yeah, because there was a time where that was not a liability, but it was something that he needed to shore up, and he certainly has done that, no question.
2 balls and a strike to count. And there's a line drive, and it's going to be caught by Beckham. Well, he hit the ball sharply. Thought for a moment he might have that first big league hit. This first at bat. Beckham there to make the catch.
Well positioned with Beckham kind of shading up the middle there. You see him kind of swung around up the middle, and here it is. I bet you he thought off the bat that was going to get into center field too.
It'd be nice to get that out of the way. But he hit the ball hard. That's what you want to do. Now Malik Smith up here. 2 outs with the bases empty. And it's a strike. Now 0-2 on Malik's. Well, a scoreless game so far as we play in the top of the 3rd. Alex Cobb, 30 years old. And just a little piece of that one to stay alive from Alex Smith. The dirt, 1-2. Well, he's averaged a little over 16.5 pitches per inning this year. 13 in each inning so far. This will be number 14 here in the 3rd. And it's a 2-2 count.
A little bit too much bite on those last couple of splitters by Cobb. Alex get back into this count a little bit. Love to get Alex on base here. Think about trying to utilize some of that speed with 2 outs.
And he has a full count, this after being down 0-2. Here's Kevin Kiermaier on deck. Kiermaier hit the 2-run home run in yesterday's game against New York. And ball 4. So Cobb loses Malik Smith after getting ahead 0-2. And the Rays pick up their first base runner. And we'll swing back around to the top of the lineup now. Kiermaier's fly ball caught by Mancini in left to begin the game. There goes Malix. The pitch is a strike, and the throw a strike to second as well. And Malix is cut down trying to steal. The 8th time he's been caught. Out number 3 in the 3rd. Good throw by Joseph. He's done a nice job of this all year. Beckham put the tag on him. The home half of the 3rd. It'll be the top of the order for Baltimore. Tim Beckham and Scope and Jones. Ryan Yarbrough on the hill, and the pitch is a strike on the outside edge. A 2-strike count. So a 2-strike count to Beckham. Yarbrough following Hunter Wood. Ball, 2 strikes. Yarbrough out there 5 days ago in the last homestand on the 21st. He worked 4 innings in that game. A foul out of play.
The nice thing about Yarbrough is he is legitimately stretched out like a starting pitcher, so he can give you, in this case Kevin Cash, whatever you need. And you get Hunter Wood an inning and 2/3, and Yarbrough can go out there and if need be go 5 or 6. Get that game to the short guys at the end of the ball game. And like we said, it's a completely different look the second time around for these guys.
Yeah, it's a fair ball. Back to the bag, Duffy in the throw to first, and Beckham was very slow in getting out of the box. Fans will let him hear about it as well.
Yeah, he's getting booed, and really rightfully so. I mean, this is a team that is completely underachieved, and Tim Beckham right in line with everybody else, and then you hit a ball, and you could say, I thought it was going to go foul. Let the ball go foul. He's watching to see if the ball's fair. Umpire will let you know.
Yeah, you never assume that it's going to be foul. So that's out number one.
He may have been summoned. And he was.
Yep.
And that wasn't a very long meeting.
1-0 to Scope. It's fouled out of play. 1-1. Were you ever summoned by Buck Showalter?
I was.
In Arizona?
One time. One time I was bunting in Colorado, runners on first and second, and they ran the wheel play. So the third baseman is basically coming down to shake my hand.
The fly ball into left. That's going to drop for a base hit. Bowers in to make the pickup, and Scope has a single.
And so I did not pull the bat back and swing like I should have. And by the way, if you do that with the ball play, 90% of the time you're going to get a base hit because all the infielders are spreading all over, like a pack of ants all over the place. And instead I bunted into the shift. And then they, of course, get the lead runner at third, you know, and boom at first. And then I came back into the dugout and I was summoned. And that was the only time in the number of seasons, few seasons that he was my manager, that he ever got into me pretty good.
Yep.
And again, it wasn't very long.
Just right to the point.
Yep.
Jones sends a fly ball into right for Malik Smith. He makes the catch, and Scope holds on at first. 2 gone. Beckham out third to first. Scope with the base hit. Jones with the fly ball to right. Mark Trumbo. And a little ground ball. Picked up by Wendell. Throw to first in time to get Trumbull, and that will retire Baltimore. We go to the fourth. No score. More great combo savings available for every Thursday home game, including August 2nd when the Rays play host to the Angels. You can pick up a $19.98 ticket combo. Includes a 20-ounce bottle Coca-Cola beverage and chips with every ticket purchased. Visit RaysBaseball.com for more info. Rays up. Top of the order up for the Rays in the fourth, and a first pitch strike into Kevin Kiermaier. Pulls off the pitch and is behind 0-2.
Well, Alex Cobb, you know, he's had good life on his pitches here tonight. The fastball in that 92 range, but with some arm side run. The curveball has been sharp. We've seen some good splits out of him here this evening.
Fly ball back into center field will send Jones back, headed to the track, and that's off the very bottom of the wall. Kiermaier's going to wind up at second with the double. Ball hit the bottom of the wall, and there's a little space between the bottom of the padding and the warning track itself. Ball right down there.
Well, a mistake here by Cobb. This ball ends up running to the middle of the plate. Kevin Kiermaier hits it hard. But I'll tell you this, a couple of seasons ago, I think Adam Jones is able to get to that. This time he's not. And that gives the Rays their first opportunity here tonight. Does not have the same range that he once had.
So the Rays have their first scoring opportunity, and it comes with nobody out in the fourth for Matt Duffy. This pitch is a strike. Fastball into it. Duffy hitting .290 with men in scoring position, came into the game hitting .305 overall. And another pitch in on the corner that time, 0-2.
And you very rarely will see that. That was a curveball in on a right-hander on purpose. You know, a lot of times when you see that, it's a backup meant to be down and away, but Joseph set up in for that curveball. So another interesting twist here by Cobb.
1 ball, 2 strikes. And a check swing and a foul ball. Kiermaier on his way back to second base after the leadoff double. So this is the second base runner for the Rays tonight. 2-2.
Everything had been in, and so all of a sudden you'll throw a fastball like that, that ball off the plate. You can see the nod by Caleb Joseph, as if you know, you put that pitch right where we wanted it. Let's see if he goes back in, trying to change where Matt Duffy, where his eyes go.
And he goes away with the fastball, and it's a full count.
You think after back-to-back, you think of pitching him in once again, but that would have been something to do on 2-2, maybe not on 3-2. Kind of running out of options here.
And a little ground ball to the right side. That advances Kiermaier to third. So Duffy advances the runner. Cobb went away there, and so that's out number 1.
Matt Duffy used that little swing right there almost like a bunt. You know, a full count, and to Cobb's credit, he threw him a good fastball down and away in a good spot that you couldn't drive. So Duffy just played pepper with the right side and treated it as if it was a bunt. That's going to force the infield in.
Jake Bauers, the hitter. Bauers out on strikes his first time. Off speed got him. And a big cut, strike 1. Bauers has shown a proclivity for extra base hits.
Anytime you're on a list with Joey Gallo, and it's a positive list, that tells you a lot. That guy swings for the 4-bagger every time.
1-1. Yeah, he's up there swinging for a home run every time. You figure by the time he makes contact, it'll be an extra base hit. So of course he's going to be at the top of that list. And Bauers a little more traditional in his approach at the plate, but he's shown extra base pop. And lays off right there. 2-1 on the pitch away. Ground ball, that's going to go through the drawn-in infield. Rays will take the lead. Kiermaier crosses the plate on the RBI single by Bauers, and with the infield in, Bauers gets it through the right side.
Infield in to cut the run at the plate, but what it does is it limits your range. And Jonathan Schoop couldn't get there.
Just to the right is Schoop. Through into right center, and Bauers picks up his 22nd run batted in. The Rays take advantage of their first scoring opportunity. Now the hitter is C.J. Cron. Pitch away. Cron struck out on a changeup his first time. Ground ball, third. Scoop by Peterson. Plays it first out there. Bauers moves to second. The Rays with 2 outs will have a man in scoring position. Well, the Rays a nice job here on that leadoff double of get him over and get him in on the ground ball to the right side by Duffy. Bauers through the drawn-in infield for the RBI single, and now he's up to second with 2 outs.
Well, that's what this team needs to do to be successful. You know, the long ball, it's not there in 2018 like it was in 2017. So they're going to get their base runners, but they're going to have to move them. They're going to have to get the big hit. We talk about that all the time to be able to have success. And that's what this inning's all about.
Well, here's Choi, the DH.
Another big hit would be very helpful.
Choi has seemed to find his groove here in recent days. Pitch is upstairs, getting a little playing time on a regular basis, serving as the designated hitter. Takes that one, a called strike. Joey had a 3-hit night Monday in the Yankee series. Ground ball left side, that's going to go through. Bauers will head to the plate. He will score. Choi comes through, and the Rays take a 2-0 lead. Well, they overloaded the right side with Choi up there, and he takes it through the left side.
And why not? The pitch was set up for him to do just that. In fact, I think he broke his bat on that as he hit it off the end. Right here, there's the movement down and right off the end of the bat, but there is no defense. Rays do get that second big hit. They get their second run.
The Rays doing some things right here in the 4th inning to pick up these 2 runs. Here's Joey Wendell. He takes a pitch a little bit wide. Wendell lined to second his first time. Two balls, no strikes. And a one hopper to short. Beckham with the throw to first in time. Oh, Wendell made it close over there. And the Rays are out in the fourth. But they pick up 2 runs on 3 hits and leave 1. Inner Harbor here in Baltimore, and the Rays lead 2-0. Of the fourth inning. Whether you're having a day out with the office or fun with friends, group tickets are the best way for your team to cheer on the Rays. Host your next company outing at Tropicana Field in an exclusive field level party area or entertain clients in an executive suite. Visit raysbaseball.com/groups tonight. Chris Davis leads off and he takes a strike. Davis called out on strikes in the second inning. There's a breaking ball a little bit wide. It's 1-1. Mancini next and then Valencia. Too close here. 2-1. The high pop foul coming back out of play. It's going to even the count at 2-2. Close. It's ball 3.
A couple of those breaking balls he's left in off the plate. You could see Chris Davis almost wanting to stick that thigh out there and take a hit by pitch and get on.
And a big cut and a foul ball at the feet of Michael Perez. Trey Mancini on deck. Check swing. A little upset there. That would have been ball 4.
Now we've seen some breaking balls left in. That was a cutter that Yarbrough was not able to get to his spot. Wants those pitches middle of the plate away.
Three-two again. And a liner one-hop. Wendell from short right field will make the play with the shift on. Davis is out number 1 here in the bottom of the 4th.
Now Ryan Yarbrough again left that pitch where Davis could get to it, but you're going to see out here Joey Wendell in the shift, and that gives him a little bit more room to maneuver. And thankfully, he was back there to get the short hop glove side.
Trey Mancini. It's upstairs to him, 1-0. Again this time. Mancini had the infield hit in the second inning with 2 outs, and that led to a bases loaded threat. But the Orioles left him that way. Two and one.
You know, those are the things when you're really struggling, as the Baltimore Orioles are, especially offensively. You know, Ryan Yarbrough struggling with his command, quite frankly. Just cannot find the release point yet. You got a 2-0 count. He throws you a cutter that you swing at that almost hits you, as opposed to just working in at bat and putting the guy into trouble. That would have been ball 4.
Yeah,
I mean,
still hasn't thrown him a strike.
No. But that's been the story. This team, top to bottom, has really struggled in just about every category that you can on the offensive side.
And now full count.
Yeah, they have some power, but they have not been able to utilize it like they have in years past. But that's about it. Not a lot of speed. They don't run very often. They don't take walks.
They do not. As a result, the on-base percentage is last in the American League.
They're not very good with runners in scoring position, and because of all of what we talked about, they have the fewest at-bats with runners in scoring position in the American League.
Foul ball. You see another 3-2 pitch.
I mean, there are teams in Major League Baseball that have hundreds of more at-bats with runners in scoring position. Bill Cuzzy getting that mask ripped right off. Now he's just going to go without it.
Yeah, there's numerous opportunities every game to talk about what a difficult job that is for the plate umpire.
And we do it.
Yes, we do. Ground ball short. Echeverria, all balanced throw, and a nice scoop on the other side to take care of Mancini. Well, Echeverria got over there and found himself a little off balance. He couldn't plant. He got the throw away anyway, and that's a nice play on both ends.
And right here, you can see just not able to get his feet set. No, he doesn't have a lot of time. And a nice job by Crone, you're right, because that is a dangerous and tough hop.
Boy, it's fun to watch Echeverria day in and day out at shortstop. Really fun to watch a guy who can play shortstop the way he can. There's Valencia now. So we put a little star by 6 and a little star by 3 on that last play. Nice job by Crone on the backside of that.
I'm trying to figure out what happened at the bottom of the third. You have to bear with me.
1-1 the count. And he's out in front of that one, 1-2.
All right, all caught up.
Couple of ground ball outs here in the 4th with the bases empty. Yarbrough ahead of Valencia. That pretty close there, but down and away. 2-2. You know, here's a case where Yarbrough went full count and more to Davis, full count and more to Mancini. And if he'd make a pitch here to Valencia, he got a chance to have a 1-2-3 inning, and he was helped out by the first 2 hitters.
Yep. And then maybe he gets into a rhythm where he really starts making quick work of people. And we've seen him do that. As quickly as he can get the ball, he's going to get it back into Perez behind the plate. Not a bad break out there in balls and strikes. It's just been a laborious inning here, but you're right, on the verge of 1, 2, 3, and that's all you can ask for.
And a base hit shot into right. So Valencia is on for the second time, and that's nothing new against Rays pitching. It doesn't make any difference who it is on the mound for the Rays. This guy gets on base.
It is incredible, and it's season after season.
Yep.
It doesn't matter even who he's playing for. See right there, trying to cut that ball in again and just not able to get it to the right spot. That's what lets Valencia off the hook.
Jace Peterson, want to know the count to him. This lower end of the lineup has been a little bit of an issue tonight for the Rays pitchers, Hunter Wood and Ryan Yarbrough. 2-out single here in the fourth, and now Peterson, the number 8 man, walked in the second. Sends a pop fly, shallow center. Kiermaier coming on hard, and he cannot make the play. Valencia's got to go to third, go to second, ball loose there, and it will be second and third. Peterson with that fly ball to shallow center had Kiermaier coming in full speed ahead. Got his glove on it, but could not hold it.
You know, and this is a play that we see Kevin Kiermaier make time and again. And I think he's going to be upset when he sees the replay. Comes a long way, but he's got a good beat on it just off the glove. And then right here, you know, he's looking at third. Peterson was not going to head into second base. It was a late decision to do that. And right there, the ball just off the edge. And Peterson sneaks in the back door.
And again, it's the lower part of this lineup with 2 outs creating a threat. Kyle Snyder to the mound to chat with Yarbrough. Caleb Joseph will be the hitter, and Kiermaier not feeling too good about not making that play.
I think the look says it all. Yep. Holds himself to a high standard. He'd probably tell you that it's not even that difficult to play for me.
I'm sure he would. Well, here is Caleb Joseph. He was up with the bases loaded and 2 outs in the second. Yarbrough got him on a fly ball to short left. 2-minute scoring position this time, and the pitch is a strike. Fly ball, center field. Kiermaier in line with this one, and he puts it away. 2 men left on base. We're headed into the 5th inning. It's 2-0 Rays.
The Orioles. Well, it is time now for your Chevy Prospect Spotlight. We're looking at outfielder Jesus Sanchez, who's in High A Charlotte right now. And let's look at his Florida State League ranks this season. He leads the league in batting average and runs batted in. He's tied for second in hits. And then he ranks fourth in slugging percentage. And guys, what's so crazy about this is that this is his lowest batting average in any of his minor league seasons. He's never hit below 300, so not too shabby.
Yeah, the advanced word for a little while now on him has been very encouraging, and he is one guy at the A level the Rays feel can be an impact player. Danny Echeverria begins the 5th inning.
I'll tell you what, the Rays as an organization as a whole have done a great job of beefing up the minor leagues.
Without question, that's been and it's easy to be an underreported story. Let's pick up by Scope here, and Echeverria is the first out. Easy to overlook, but when you start to pay attention with what they've done, particularly after coming through what turned out to be a disappointing draft in 2011. You know, Blake Snell came out of that. You can't quarrel with that at all. He's just fabulous. But others didn't work out the way they had hoped, and so they went to work in making deals, putting young players into the system at the A level, and then they made a few picks here and there. And between the two approaches, the Rays really do have a legitimately good farm system now. And we're starting to see, well, you know, you look at Robertson. He came in a trade. Bowers came in a trade. They've developed Chirinos. Right there, 3 young players, and they're making an impact at the major league level and will continue to do that. And then you see what they have below with that report there from the minor leagues.
Yeah, and you've got that in A-ball, and you've got guys sprinkled in. You're having good seasons, and prospects in Double-A, and now up the Triple-A level. So you know you're well stocked up and down the teams.
That's a fair ball up the left field line off the bat of Perez. He's going to dig for second, and Michael Perez has his first big league hit. There it is, a double after hitting the ball very hard his first time up, only to have it caught by the shortstop up the middle. He goes to the left field side and just fair, and picks up his first major league hit.
Is he going to smell it? Will Carlos Gomez smell the ball? No, he likes to smell his bat when he fouls one off. But no, it's going to go into good hands. Michael Perez, his first career hit, a double up the line. Did a nice job too. 2 strikes in that at bat, taking a curveball the other way.
Malik Smith, a little tap to the right side, and the ball loose. He is safe at first, and over to third goes Perez. And the Rays are going to have men on the corners there.
It was a do-or-die play by Scope. He elects to go with the backhand, or the bare hand, and he's trying to scoop it over to Chris Davis. This is one of those little in-between ground balls. The speed of Smith, and Scope just not able to grasp that baseball clean.
So the infield hit by Malik Smith. Over to third, Perez. The Rays with another opportunity, this time with the top of the lineup coming up. Are doubled in the 4th inning and scored the first run of this game. Pitch is a strike. Let's take a look at the first major league hit by Michael Perez, taking it the other way, down 0-2.
Yeah, did a great job of staying on that breaking ball, letting it get into the zone, and just hammers it. See, that's about a foot fair. And a little standing O from the young guys.
And a low throw over to first, dug out by Davis. Alex back in, standing up. Well, the Rays come right back, put up a threat. The Orioles have to be frustrated after missing on a couple of opportunities, one in the second and one in the fourth inning, and now that fourth inning over where they leave a couple minutes scoring position, the Rays come right back with a threat to add to their 2-0 lead. Inside to Kiermaier.
That's kind of been the story this season. You know, they don't create many opportunities for themselves, but when they do, they've not been very good with them. The Rays have cashed in and look to do more damage here.
Ground ball, big hop off the mound. Beckham wanted second, 2 at first on the 6-3 double play. Hit the mound, and that helped. The Rays do not score, leaving a man. Kiermaier grounds into the double play. Again, a look at the first major league hit by Michael Perez. 2-0 Rays. MLB TV available at a lower price now for $82.99. Watch every out-of-market regular season game live or on demand. Your subscription will include MLB At Bat Premium, allowing you to watch live baseball on your favorite supported devices. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv to take advantage of this special offer. Tim Beckham, the top of the order, leading it off for Baltimore. Pitch is outside, 1-0. Beckham struck out against Hunter Wood in the first and was out 3rd to 1st in the 3rd inning. Pitch is upstairs, 2-0. Beckham hit the ball down the 3rd base line and just assumed it was going to be foul and hung around to see if it was going to be fair or foul. By the time he realized it was going to be fair, started to move to first. This one fouled off his foot. It's 2-1. That brought a short conversation. Not sure if it was a conversation or like a short monologue from Buck Showalter to Tim Beckham.
And you're dying to know what was said, because it was very succinct, to the point, and Buck turned and went back to his position.
2-2. You ever get called to the principal's office in grade school?
No. You know what? Got called to the principal's office in high school for getting in a fist fight with a very dear friend of mine. That was it.
And I know there's a great story behind that.
It's pretty good. It's really good, actually.
2-2 the count. And now it's a full count again.
It was before school started.
Well,
and I actually went to my locker to put my books in my locker, then to stalk him down. And the worst part about it was we brawled right out in front of the office. That's kind of where we met up. And just, here come the haymakers.
I see.
7:30 in the morning. What a way to wake up.
Oh, ball 4. Leadoff walk here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Well, it's been a little bit of a challenge for Yarborough with his command tonight. Been in trouble a couple of times, got out of it. Baltimore left the bases loaded in the 3rd, left 2 men in scoring position in the 4th inning, not to mention a runner at first in the 3rd. Now they have the leadoff man aboard here for the first time tonight. It comes in the 5th, and Jonathan Scope, who has been swinging a hot bat for them, is up here now. It's ball 1.
And you're going to have a hard time walking him. When you have fewer walks than Adam Jones, and in this hot month of July, you haven't walked one time, you know he wants to turn it loose, and that's exactly what he's been doing. It's been working for him here the last few weeks.
And he fouls it, 1-1.
But even so, and you know, we talked about it, Dwayne, in the open, hitting 367 in the month of July, and now we're deep into July. But even with that, only bringing his season average up to 238.
Yep.
And that was after a breakthrough season in 2017.
The long one down the left field line. Is that ball fair or foul? That's a fair ball and out of here. Scope hits his 15th home run. A 2-run shot. Ball fair by just a few feet. And the home run ties this game at 2.
Now his 7th home run of the month, and it was a cutter that didn't quite get in. And Scope wondering if that ball's going to stay fair. Pulling it back.
And now it's Adam Jones, the game even. First pitch is a strike. So Scope, 15 home runs on the year. He's hit home runs in 4 consecutive games. Fly ball, left center field. Bowers and Kiermaier on the run, and Kiermaier makes the catch on the track, running that one down. Boy, that was quite a job. Both Bowers and Kiermaier converging. And Kiermaier from center field made a great catch right there.
Both of those guys had to go such a long way to get there. You can see Kevin Kiermaier right there, a little bit out of gas. He's over in right center field. Bowers with the right move here. You could tell the moment when he heard Kiermaier calling him off, and he immediately goes down and does his best to try to get out of his way.
Well, that gets a little bit of a challenge out there. You got 2 guys full speed ahead, and even with Bowers getting out of the way, it's still a distraction, and Kiermaier made the catch. Two strikes the count on Mark Trumbo. One and two. Trumbo, fly ball to left and a ground ball to second. Rays coming into this game 52 and 50, running third in the AL East. The Orioles 29 and 73. They're 41.5 games out of first. From 7 of their last 10. There's a look at the American League East.
Not yet to 30 wins.
And you're getting close to the month of August. Ground ball toward the middle. Wendell makes a nice play. Got glove down there, and the throw back across to Crone. A little time with Trumbull running, and that's the second out of the inning. Rays scored 2 in the fourth. They left a couple of men on, had a couple of men on, first and third with 1 out in the fifth, and the double play ball ended that threat. And the Orioles have come right back with a walk and a home run in the bottom of the fifth. And Chris Davis takes a strike. 2 outs, bases empty for Davis. A strikeout tonight, and a ground ball into right field against the shift when Wendell made the play and threw him out. Now it's 2 strikes. Did he go? He started, and the check says Adam Hamari down at third base.
Well, let's take a look. Yep. He held up.
A little low on the breaking ball. 2-2. This one lined into right field. That's going to roll to the wall. He got it through the shift. And Davis is in at second with a double. Diving attempt by Wendell. Smith had to run it down at the wall. The 8th double of the year for Chris Davis.
You remember he was burned by Joey Wendell's positioning on a similarly hit line drive. It turned out to be a glove side scoop. This is a changeup that stays middle in. And then Davis able to wrap it out there and just get it by the dive of Wendell. And playing that deep gives you more range, but not quite enough to get to that hard hit smash.
Well, here's Trey Mancini. The Orioles put the potential go-ahead run in scoring position. There's a strike. And a couple of high pitch count innings now, back-to-back. 26 pitches in the 4th inning. This will be the 24th pitch of the 5th inning about to be made by Ryan Yarbrough. So foul ball, 0-2. Mancini retired in the 4th on an outstanding play by Echeverria at short, and by Crone on the scoop at first base to complete that out. They've had a great catch made by Kiermaier here in this inning. Mancini back to the mound. The underhanded toss to first. Yarbrough to Crone, retires the side. 2-run score on the Scope home run. This game tied 2-2 through 5. Update. Boy, there'll be a lot of action, it would appear, before the trading deadline ends. Matt Duffy to lead off the 6th. Pitch is upstairs. 1 ball and no strikes. Couple of ground ball outs for Duffy tonight. There's another ground ball, this one to third, so he spread it around. High throw, but Davis is there to corral it. He's gone out short, second, and now third.
Trying to find the opening, trying to find a hole. That's one thing that we know about Alex Cobb, and when he's going well, a lot of balls on the ground because of the split changeup, because of the depth of the curveball.
Jake Bauers drove in a run with a base hit in the 4th. He's 1 for 2. Upstairs, 1 ball, no strikes. Two and 0. Ground ball, that's headed to the right side. Scope makes that play. A couple of ground ball outs. You know, the Rays had men at first and third in the 5th inning. And Cobb got the double play ground ball from Kiermaier, and now a couple of ground balls here from Duffy and Bauers. And that's what he does. C.J. Cron, he has struck out and grounded out. Pitch is down, 1-0. Two and 0. Choi on deck. 2-1. When you look at the Rays lineup, each of the first 7 men in the lineup have grounded out at least once. Alex Smith reached on a base hit, an infield hit on the ground in the 5th inning. It's a popper on the right side, and that's going to be Scope cutting across to make the catch. We go to the bottom half of inning 6, 2-2 ball game. inning. Brian Yarborough's made 51 pitches over the last 2 innings. 72 since he took over for Hunter Wood. Danny Valencia will begin the bottom of the 6th. Pitch is upstairs. How about Valencia? 456 against Rays pitching.
I mean, that's in 68 at bats.
Yep. So it's not a fluke.
No, no. How about the damage too? 8 home runs.
2 balls and a strike. So with a walk and a single tonight, he's this year 10 of 27, which puts him into a little bit of a slump against the Rays compared to his career numbers.
Starting to figure him out.
Popper, shallow center. That's going to be trouble. Falling in front of Kiermaier for a base hit. He doesn't even have to hit the ball hard to get a base hit. He drops that one in front of Kiermaier, and he's on for the 3rd time. Well, this is how we got to where we are now. The Rays came up with a couple runs in the 4th inning. Kiermaier's double, base hit by Bowers. Choi, a base hit through the left side, got Bowers home. That made it 2-0. And Jonathan Scope, after a walk to Beckham, Scope had his 15th home run of the year down the left field line to even this game at 2. Here's Jace Peterson taking a pitch upstairs. For the bottom of their order, the 7 and 8 hitters have been on base 5 times in 5 plate appearances. 3 for 3 with 2 walks. The bunt popped up. That's right back over the screen and into the stands, and a nice catch about 5 rows back.
Indian scout.
In the scout section there.
Oh, he's played too, because he didn't even move. He dropped the little stopwatch and made a nice left-handed grab.
Strike 1 and 2.
I think the gentleman a few seats down from him was hooked up to an EKG. I think.
Well, they apparently were in good hands, so that should be a calming effect. Ground ball. That's a foul ball. Reaching across was Crone, and it's foul to hold the count at 1 and 2.
There it is.
I'll tell you, they're all down there keeping in touch. Earpieces, telephones, constant communication leading up to the trading deadline. This one into left field, going back, and that's a nice grab by Bowers. And back to first goes Valencia. Ultimately, a pretty good read by Bowers on that ball hit the other way by Peterson.
Yeah, left-handed pitcher, left-handed hitter. That ball's going to have some slice to it. And it's all about the jump and the angle that you take. You've seen Jake Bowers make a nice transition out there to left field. Primarily first baseman, but with the glut of infielders on this team, there's a few of them that rotate out between their position and left. I think Daniel Robertson does it. Joey Wendell from time to time.
Caleb Joseph takes a pitch inside. again.
I tell you what, the Baltimore fans, well, that was a scout. But the people out in attendance here tonight have come to play.
Yes.
There's another nice one-handed grab.
So foul right back into the screen. And it's 1-2.
Tim Beckham just got booed again because that foul ball went off the screen behind home plate, and he picked it up and tried to throw it up and over the screen to the fans and didn't get it over. It hit off the screen, came back on the field.
You can't do anything right tonight.
Tough night.
And a check in time for Joseph. So it's 2-2 now. Valencia, the runner at first. Peterson is lined to left, and it's a 2-2 count on Caleb Joseph. Hunter Wood worked an inning in 2/3. It's been Yarbrough since then. Both runs charged to Ryan Yarbrough. Foul into the screen. Pruitt throwing in the bullpen for the Rays, and Romo's up alongside. What are they doing over there on Valencia? Fly ball lifted toward the line. Bauer to his right, still coming in, angling, makes the catch. That's out number 2, with Valencia still at first. And Tim Beckham, top of the order, 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. He walked in front of the home run by Jonathan Scope. Beckham takes the first pitch strike. One and one. Ball, 2 strikes.
Good fastball right there by Ryan Yarbrough, who, I'll tell you what, he has had to work hard here tonight. He's not had his best stuff. He's not had his best command. And he has really had to work for each and every out that he has gotten.
Up over 90 pitches on the night. Ground ball, third base. Down to second. Duffy to Wendell. No runs, a hit, 1 left. We're through 6, tied 2-2. Chevy dealers. By Eldorado Furniture, a different kind of furniture store for over 50 years. And by your local Ford dealers. Welcome back to Baltimore. The Rays and the Orioles tonight, beginning a 4-game series. Rays in here for 4, and then they'll be back home. Rays in a stretch of 15 out of 19 games at home, with the exception of the 4 games here in Baltimore. Alex Cobb, through 6 innings, has given up a couple runs on 5 hits, a walk and 2 strikeouts. Ji-Man Choi to lead off the 7th. First pitch is a ball, fastball wide. Bowers and Choi with the runs batted in. Both coming in the 4th. Strike, and it's 1-1. Rays had a threat in the 5th inning, but double play ball off Kiermaier's bat ended that threat. Fly ball to the opposite field. Mancini continues to go back, and that ball is off the wall. Fan interference, I think. A fan reaching across. And Choi winds up at second base. Boy, that ball continued to carry. We talked about that wall is only 7 feet high. And that's going to be a double for Choi. Choi looking out there wondering if he didn't have home run distance. Well, here's another look.
Now the changeup, and he just goes out and gets it, swats it deep into left center. There's the 364. Oh, right through the hands and off the top of the wall. It looked like the cement part behind the padding.
That's a home run.
Huh?
That ball right in front of that fan, and the Rays want the umpires to get together and make a decision on this situation.
Yeah, then maybe go take a look at it too if they can. There you go.
Choi kept looking out there. Choi said, "Hey, get an interpreter out here and let me talk to him."
Yeah. Here it is. By the way, this guy did not come to play today.
Yeah, that's a home run. And they're going to take a look at it, so we'll see.
Should be pretty quick here with the trigger.
I tell you, he got great carry on that ball.
He did. He's a strong guy. You know, he went up on top of the roof there, straightaway center field, the batter's eye at Tropicana Field, 460. I still think it was further than 460, but that showed you right there what kind of juice he has.
Phil Cussy with the headsets on. Well, the rule on the field, a double. But the Rays think it was a home run. So it's being reviewed. Choi would like to make the call himself. In fact, that's what he's doing out there.
Did that go through the hands and hit the torso?
I think it went through
and
the
then
hands.
Down. I think it hit him.
Yeah.
It did. It came down and hit the concrete, but it hit the fan first.
Yeah.
Right through the hands, and watch it off the chest. Right there. Right there.
Yeah, ricocheted off the fan and then hit the top of the wall.
So what could possibly be taking you this long? That's pretty clear.
Choi waits patiently out there at second base.
I love when they come out now after this and call it a home run, and then he gets to finish his trot with no, there's no adrenaline anymore.
Just a formality.
Yeah. And see, he's actually going back across the bag, so he, you know.
He'd better be sure he touches the bag on his way back around.
That's right. That's right.
Well, they are taking a long time on this one. But I'll tell you, for an umpire to run out there, that's a difficult play to call live.
Yeah, I agree. But make sure you get it right here.
That's right. That's why we go through all of this, to get it right. Oh,
wow.
They're going to place him at second, and I still don't think they got it right.
Oh, that's completely zooed. That's terrible.
Yeah.
That's absolutely terrible. That's a home run. Over the fence, through the guy's hands. It hit him, and then ricocheted off the top of the wall. Pretty easy.
That's exactly right. Here it is.
Through the hands, it hits him.
Yeah, Choi can't believe it. Yeah, both of it's a head scratcher for both Choi and Kevin Cash. So it goes as a leadoff double.
So much for getting it right with replay.
Absolutely. Here's Joey Wendell.
It's about 2.5, 3 minutes, Dwayne, that we'll never get back.
Wendell, the ground ball, base hit up the middle into center. Choi's going to have to stop at third. Jones up with the ball in shallow center, charging that one. Well, Choi's thinking, if I'm going to score, they're really going to make me earn it here. He hit one out of the park. It was ruled a double. Now he has to stop at third on this base hit up the middle.
I got to get a visit out here with Alex Cobb. They're trying to go in on Joey Wendell, and you can see that pitch ends up middle of the plate. And he just hammers it right out to Adam Jones, and the Rays have a nice inning here brewing.
Well, be sure and stay tuned in the middle of the 7th inning here for the Ram game break. Brought to you by the all-new 2019 Ram 1500. It's coming up. Roger McDowell out there. Paul Fry up in the bullpen for Baltimore. The Rays have men on the corners at first and third. And Danny Echeverria will be the hitter. Now the Rays trying to build an inning in a tie game, 2-2.
That one.
And a base hit into left, and here comes Choi in to score, and the Rays take the lead 3-2. So after the double that Choi and the Rays thought was a home run, singles by Wendell and Echeverria finally get him home, and the Rays take a 3-2 lead. There you go. Wendell stopping at second. So 3 straight hits. The Rays now lead 3-2. And that's going to be it for Cobb. There's the base hit and the go-ahead run scoring for the Rays. So the call to the bullpen made. Brought to you by the Florida Lottery. A couple more push-ups for Choi. Your local Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. By Freedom Boat Company, the freedom to be on the water without the hassle of boat ownership. And by your local Honda dealer. In Baltimore, we're in the 7th inning. The Rays have taken the lead. Ji-Man Choi opening with a double. He thought it was a home run. He continues to go through that workout regimen under the direction of Malik Smith there. He settled for the double and then scored on a base hit by Echeverria. All he needed was just a little bit more to make it absolutely clear that that ball went out. And now Paul Fry, the lefty, into the game. Daniel Robertson on the pinch hit, hitting for Perez. First pitch is a strike. So the Rays with 3 runs, 8 hits off Cobb. He struck out 2 and walked 1, and the 2 men on are still accountable to Cobb's line. It's 1-1. Fry. Fastball, slider. Appearance for Fry. The ground ball to the right side. Scope to Beckham, 1. First base out there on a close play. Over to third base goes Wendell. And Fry gets the double play ball out of Robertson. And the Rays on the phone to the video room again.
Right here, you got Scope. And give that ball up to Beckham, and Beckham going wide there, coming back with the throw. And you're able to get Daniel Robertson. I'll tell you what, that's a big turn double play there. If they're somehow able to wiggle out of this inning, having just given up the 1 run after the 3 straight hits.
Well, now Malik Smith. And he is hit by the pitch. Malik takes off for first. Done for the 3rd time tonight with a walk, an infield hit, and now hit by the pitch.
Just a breaking ball. Just got around it.
Oh, now it'll be Kevin Kiermaier. The lefty on lefty matchup. Kiermaier scored the first run of the game when he doubled to lead off the 4th. For 3 tonight for the Rays center fielder. Breaking ball is up and in a bit. 1-0. Takes it too high. Fastball that time around 92. Right-handed action in the bullpen for Baltimore. Pitch is foul back. 2-1. Romo up in the Rays pen. Here we're in the top of the 7th. John Marinas throwing in the bullpen for the Orioles. Two-1 to count on Kevin Kiermaier. There goes Malik Smith. The pitch is a ball, and it's thrown back to the pitcher, and no attempt to move down the line from third, so it's a steal for Malik Smith.
I don't remember the last time that we've seen that. You know, usually it's a throw through or a fake the throw, and the catcher will look to third. But I don't remember the last time that we've seen that. It was junior year of high school.
Pitch inside, 3-2. Well, if it's going to work, it works better with a lefty out there. You can get that guy to come down the line from third a little bit.
He's already set up to just catch and fire. Joey Wendell, much too smart for that.
The heads-up guy. And ball 4. Kiermaier draws a walk.
Buck Showalter not happy either the way that he jumped out of that dugout. You think about the two lefties that Fry's going to face. He hits one with a breaking ball and then walks Kiermaier.
Another call to the bullpen brought to you by the Florida Lottery. Here's what's coming up tomorrow on Rays Live. Pre-game show presented by your local Honda dealer. We'll hear from Chris Archer, and Doug Wechter will break down He-Man Choi, who has keyed this inning with a leadoff double. He thought he had a home run, but he has scored the go-ahead run nevertheless. And the third pitcher of the inning, Jan Marinez, takes over. This is career number 100 in the appearance department for Marinez, who was summoned from their AAA club. He was at Norfolk and up in the early part of this month. There's a swing and a miss by Matt Duffy. Well, the Rays have loaded the bases. Wendell's at third, Smith at second, and Kiermaier at first. Ball, 1 strike.
A couple of sliders here to start off Duffy. The Orioles want to have a chance in this game. They've got to keep the Rays from adding on to the lead, and Duffy's such a good fastball hitter. But overall, a very good hitter against righties.
Yeah, he came into the game hitting .317 off right-handed pitching this year. A little number. Marinez with the pickup, and the throw to first is low. Davis can't dig it out. A run is scored. Here comes Malik Smith, and he is tagged out on the throw from Davis to Joseph. So the Rays will get a run. That'll be an error charged on the play at first, an error to the pitcher. The Rays will pick up that run. Smith is out trying to score from second base. And we'll take another look.
Well, here just a bad throw by Marinez. They had a chance to get out of that inning. too low of a throw, and then Malik Smith is trying to sneak another run in there for some reason. Trying to catch Chris Davis by surprise. But Davis recovers quickly. You saw that quick peek, so he knew he was going and got the throw home.
So the Rays pick up 2 runs in the inning. Let's go to Rich and Doug in the studio for a Ram game break. Well, that was a jam-packed game break there as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Rays have a new battery. Romo on the mound, Sucre behind the plate. With the Rays regaining the lead, and the first pitch to Jonathan Scope is inside. So it's a 4-2 ball game now. Romo, the 3rd pitcher of the night. There's a strike.
You see here Romo in the game a little earlier than normal as Sucre takes over behind the plate. Kevin Cash figuring that this part of the lineup he wants Romo on.
The long one foul. Well, Malik Smith tried somehow to avoid the tag, could not do it. And he is the 3rd out in the top half of this inning.
Got the face right down there into the dirt. That could not have felt very good.
But good to get the back of the head out of the way of the right leg and the cleats of the catcher, Joseph. He was pivoting around to make that tag. Scope is out on strikes here against Romo. That's the first out in the bottom of the 7th.
It's the breaking ball. Most of the time it is with Sergio. Put that in a great spot.
The pitch, Jones takes a strike. Rays again up by 2. And a base hit. First hit of the night for Jones gives him 4 for 6 in his career against Romo.
And he looked like a guy who has had success off of Romo. We don't see too many in-control swings like that on Romo's breaking ball, but he was not fooled at all by the change of speed or the break on that pitch, and just lined it into left center field. That was a well done at bat here by Adam Jones. Look at the breaking ball. Look at it. It's making its way down and away, but look how he stays on it. Good plate coverage, good balance, not leaning, not falling out over the plate.
Big cut and a miss by Trumbull. Trumbo is 0 for 3. Late in this game, bottom of the 7th. Trumbo, on the other hand, 0 for 8 with 5 strikeouts against Romo. The ground ball tapped to short. Echeverria out at second, and Wendell's throw to first for a 6-4-3 double play. And we're headed into the 8th, 4-2 Tampa Bay. This day, 2010, right-hander Matt Garza throwing the first no-hitter in team history, facing just 27 hitters, and the Rays come away with a 5-0 win. Garza retiring a club record 22 consecutive hitters after a second-inning walk. There were only a couple plays, usually in a no-hitter. There might be 1 or 2 plays. You need your defense to make a great play, and there really weren't any in that one. A couple of plays that were semi-great plays. Zobrist, I think, had to run down a ball, but it didn't take a great play in right field. And Crawford, on a ball that seemed to get lost in the lights just a little bit, made a catch on a ball in left field. Otherwise, it was a good night all the way around in many ways for the Rays and Matt Garza against the Tigers. Tanner Scott, hard throwing left-hander, makes his 30th appearance. Jake Bauers up with a 1-0 count. And a line drive caught by Beckham on the first base side of second.
The only thing that I was thinking about is, you saw those highlights and then you saw the graphic with Garza and his line from that night. The only thing that I was thinking is a guy that can go out there and dominate a game like that and throw you a no-hitter. You think they would have got him a hat that fit. That was like a size 5 7/8. That had to have been photoshopped. That was awful.
Here's C.J. Crone. 1 ball, no strikes.
You tell me if I'm wrong, Dwayne.
We'll take another look, are we? Okay. Coming up, we'll take another look in just a moment.
Yeah, I mean,
Big cut and a miss.
tell me the size is just a little bit off. It doesn't look right.
Yeah, that must have been before he threw the no-hitter, or photo taken. Because after he threw a no-hitter, they're going to get one that fits perfectly.
You couldn't even think with that thing on that tight.
Oh, a broken bat. The bat travels into short left. The ball to third, and Peterson makes the play.
Furthest I've ever seen a broken bat go.
Yep.
Hands down, it's not even close. That ball on the fly got into the outfield. Well, that ball ate C.J. Cron up in, and his barrel. Watch this thing go.
You know, I've seen a bat travel to the shortstop.
Yeah,
But never like this into short left field.
ever.
So 2 outs in the 8th. You know, sometimes you'll get an infielder or even a pitcher. You have to dodge that broken bat. But that was a base hit to short left in the bat toss.
Yes, it was.
1-0 the count here on Choi. It's a strike. 2 outs, base is empty. Choi with an RBI single and a double and a run scored tonight. One ball, 2 strikes. And with this count, Beckham returns to the third base side of second and short. It'll be low, and it's 2-2. Rays open this series a 4-gamer with the Orioles. Up a game in the season series. They won 5 and lost 4. 3-3 here in Baltimore. This is the final trip in to Baltimore of the year. 3rd trip in for the Rays here in Baltimore this year.
And in another quirk of the schedule, the final trip into Baltimore, and the team has yet to go to Toronto. Another division team that they're going to go 3 times and have yet to go. It's been a strange season schedule-wise for the Rays.
There's a liner, and it's caught by Beckham. The Rays are up and down in order in the 8th. Bottom of the inning coming, 4-2 Tampa Bay. T-Mobile, built for baseball. The Rays hold a 4-2 lead. It's been a good night for Ji-Man Choi. A couple of hits, including the near home run. It went as a double in the 7th inning. The Rays managed to pick up a couple of runs to grab the lead anyway. Echeverria singled home a run. And then this bad throw to first base allowed another run to score, although Malik Smith was cut down at the plate. And we go to the bottom of the 8th with Chris Davis taking the first pitch for a ball. Carlos Gomez now in right. Malik Smith moves over to play left, and Bowers from left comes in to play first base. Davis a big wave and a miss. Davis has struck out, grounded out, and doubled. Pruitt up in the bullpen for the Rays. Austin Pruitt. Andrew Wood open, worked an inning in 2/3. Yarbrough 4 1/3. Romo worked the 7th, now out here in the 8th. Greg Jr. in the bullpen for Baltimore. In the 7th, Romo got Scope on strikes. Jones got the base hit, and then Trumbo grounded into the 6-4-3 double play. And a long one back into right center field. That ball is out of here. Way up halfway or more up into the seats beyond the wall in right center. Davis hits his 11th home run, and it's a 1-run ball game.
Well, as bad of a season that Chris Davis is having, you know that he's always capable of that right there. Well, that looked like a changeup that just stayed up. No doubter.
Here's Mancini. Foul ball. Mancini had an infield hit in the 2nd inning. One. Mancini 0 for 5 in his career against Romo. 2-1. Now a fly ball to center field. Kiermaier's back just to the edge of the track to make the catch on that long fly ball.
Yeah, and much like Tropicana Field, it's just left of center field where it plays its biggest. And that's where Sergio Romo got that fly ball to go. 410 out in that little niche.
Down in that deep corner toward the Baltimore bullpen. The bullpen stacked one behind another here. Baltimore on the lower level, and the Rays just back of that. Valencia. 1 ball, no strikes. He's been on 3 times tonight. He's 2 for 3 in his career against Romo. One of those a home run. So be careful here. And a long one in the center field. Kiermaier will drift back, not yet to the track here, and he makes the catch. So that is out number 2.
Now there's the changeup. It's away, but the plate coverage and the strength of Chris Davis is too much for that pitch. And here are your measurements. StatCast. 434. Kind of flipped it. 434. That's how strong he is.
And the Rays will make a pitching change with Peterson due up. Call goes to the bullpen, brought to you by the Florida Lottery. Two-thirds. A reminder coming up on Rays Live, the postgame presented by W.B. Mason. Rich and Doug will be anchoring the coverage. We'll hear from Kevin Cash. He'll no doubt be talking about the big night by G-Man Choi. And we'll have minor league updates from around the Rays farm system. Austin Pruitt's going to be the new pitcher for the Rays with Jace Peterson up here in a one-run ball game. The difference in the game right now, the run scored on the bad throw to first base, allowing Wendell to score the second run of the 7th inning. 1-0 the count to Peterson, who has been on twice. He has walked and doubled, line to left his last time up in the 6th inning. Fouls it back, 1-1. Hunter Wood, Ryan Yarbrough, Sergio Romo, and now Austin Pruitt. One. With Joseph, the on-deck man. That's a strike to square it at 2-2. Pruitt recalled yesterday. This is his 4th stint with the Rays. For foul. Last time we saw Pruitt was the early part of this month, 3rd of July. That pitch is low. 3-2.
Well, off speed, trying to stay away from the big mistake here in this one-run game late. Kevin Cash, Kyle Snyder, all you can do is watch.
Just a little piece of that one as he stays alive. 3-2 again. And a tap foul again, this time up the first base side. Bottom of the 8th inning. Rays scored 2 in the 4th to take the lead. Baltimore tied it with 2 in the 5th. The Rays scored 2 in the 7th. The bottom of the 8th and a cut to miss. Peterson strikes out to retire the side. We go to the 9th with the Rays leading 4-3. When you combine the most provocative man in sports with the most interesting man in sports, you get opinion that cuts through the hype. Catch Speak for Yourself with Colin Cowherd and Jason Whitlock. Weekdays at 5 p.m. Eastern only on FS1. Mike Wright Jr. becomes the 5th pitcher of this game for Baltimore, making his 28th appearance.
He does have a couple of starts in there, a perfect record to go along with an ERA of .467 in 54 innings.
The Rays will have the left-handed bat of Joey Wendell to lead off the 9th against the right-hander Wright. Echeverria next, and then Supre is due up. We're a little close right there. That's a wake-up call on the first pitch of the at-bat.
Like he threw that pitch around a pole. I mean, at 89 miles an hour, looked like a slider that just wrapped itself right in there on the shoulder level of Joey Wendell.
This one up the left field side. That's going to fall fair. Back into the corner, and Wendell's on his way to second with the leadoff double. Double number 12 for Wendell on the year. His second hit tonight. Boy, the Rays would love to take another run or two into the bottom of the 9th.
Yeah, that fastball meant to be in. That's the second time they've tried to come in on Joey Wendell and left it middle away. And he's hurt him with it. Double there, and you're right. Another one-run game. Shocking that the Rays are playing in. Give yourself some breathing room. 3 more outs to get.
Zdeni Echeverria. Fastball, a strike call. Echeverria picking up his 25th run batted in of the year. That was the go-ahead run in the 7th inning, made it 3-2 at the time. Rays built a 4-2 lead. A home run by Davis in the bottom of the 8th made it 4-3. That's where we stand in the 9th. High foul lifted toward the stands. 0-2. A little over 19,000 here tonight. 19025 for the opening game of this 4-game series. Be with you tomorrow night. Chris Archer against Andrew Kashner in that game. Coverage begins at 6:30. Oh, strike 3 called on the outside corner. 96. Just picking up the outer edge.
And I think Echeverria thinking that ball may be off the plate, and he may be right. It's awfully close, but great velocity and close enough to be called, as it was by Phil Cuzzy. He drove that fastball right to his spot, didn't he?
First strikeout for the Baltimore bullpen tonight. Here's Jesus Sucre. First plate appearance by Sucre, a turn, but nothing doing on Wendell at second. Sucre took over in the 7th inning. Michael Perez, just acquired by the Rays, started tonight, making his big league debut, picking up his first big league hit. A 5th inning double before departing for a pinch hitter. This one fouled up the right side. Out of play. First game of this short 4-game road trip. All of them here in Baltimore. It's away. 1-1. Takes another one just off the plate this time. 2-1. And again up the right side on the fastball at 96, and he hit it the other way. Upstairs. Now the count is full. It's Malik Smith on deck. Ground ball, shortstop. Throw to third is a little wide, and Wendell is out at third. Beckham with a quick throw to Peterson at third. Peterson took it a little bit to the outfield side and brought it back to the bag. Wendell is out.
Got bailed out there. Got bailed out by his third baseman, Peterson. This is the right play. You're going to be able to cut a runner down at third, but that little sidearm flip sailed on him a little bit, and Peterson able to go glove side, snag it, and then get back to Wendell.
So the Rays lose the base runner trying to go to third. 2 outs with Sucre at first. Malik Smith. There's a strike in the knees. Was hit by a pitch his last time. He's been on base 3 times. Pounds it out of play and is behind 0-2. upstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes. A 4-3 ball game. The Rays have played 42 one-run games this year. And Alex Smith is out on strikes. Top of the 9th over. The Rays leave a man. Joseph, Beckham, and Scope due up for Baltimore. Welcome back to Baltimore. We go into the bottom of the 9th with the Rays holding a 4-3 lead. Couple runs for the Rays in the 4th inning and a couple in the 7th. Caleb Joseph leading off the bottom of the 9th in the first pitch, strike 1. Joseph, a fly ball to left for the final out of the 2nd inning, leaving the bases loaded. Fouls this one back, and the count is 0-2. Hit a fly ball to center in the 4th inning with men at 2nd and 3rd to end the inning. And in the 6th inning, hit a fly ball to left for the 2nd out with a man on. So 3 fly balls tonight for Joseph. And the 0-2 from Pruitt. And it's a little bit low as he takes it for ball 1. 1-2.
And Austin Pruitt going to get an opportunity here to close this thing out. Bullpen for the Rays is quiet.
And strike 3 called. He gets Joseph looking. 2nd strikeout for Pruitt. Struck out both hitters he has faced.
Another hook. He's got a good one. Spins it tight. That one he starts up and ends up at the top of the zone. And then just locks up Caleb Joseph. 2 more to go.
Now the top of the order. Here's Tim Beckham. Taps it foul down the 3rd base side. Pruitt trying to close it out. He has 1 save this year. That was for Nuno back on the 27th of May. And that was in an extended outing. The Rays beat Baltimore 8-3. That's a game Romo started. a strike, and it's 0-2. Sergio Romo started that game and gave up 3 runs in a third of an inning. Nuno came on, pitched 3 innings to get the win, and Pruitt pitched 5 2/3 to pick up a save in an 8-3 final. And that will take care of Beckham. So back-to-back strikeouts to open the bottom of the 9th.
Another breaking ball by Austin Pruitt. That's been the go-to. He was able to get Peterson with it. Got Caleb Joseph looking, and then gets the little check swing here by Beckham.
Well, 2 gone with the bases empty. And it will be Jonathan Schoop. Schoop homered in the 5th inning. At the time, it tied this game 2-2. He got it just inside the foul pole down there. Or the fair pole, as the case may be.
Well, I'll go with either one.
Now Schoop takes a strike. Schoop steps back. Lodge a little disagreement with Bill Cuzzy. 2 for 6, both hits doubles against Pruitt. And this one just missed a little wide. It's 1-1. Way and a measure reaching. A ball, 2 strikes. He's trying to go 3 over 500. They're 52 and 50 right now, up 4-3. And the 1-2 is low. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Stay down and away from Schoop. Try to make him beat you to the big part of the field. Some smart pitching here by Austin Pruitt.
Two. Little piece of it foul. Pruitt struck out Peterson to end the 8th. He got Joseph looking to begin the 9th. And Beckham swinging and missing a breaking pitch. With the 2nd out here in the 9th, and now he's 2-2 with Jonathan Schoop. And a popper on the right side. Bowers is there to make the catch, and the Rays win it. 1-2-3 in the 9th inning, and the Rays are 4-3 winners. Rays go to 53 and 50. Baltimore drops to 29 and 74 in this 4-3 final. Took 3 hours and 3 minutes to play this game. And the Rays have taken the opening game of this road trip and this 4-game series here from Baltimore. Wood started. Yarborough worked 4 1/3. He'll get the win. Romo and Pruitt followed. Pruitt will pick up the save. And our Coors Light refreshing finish.
And here we go. Let's go with Austin Pruitt. He came in. He retired 4 hitters. He had a couple of punch outs. Get Caleb Joseph here. Got Jace Peterson the inning before to end it. Gets Beckham with another nice hook. And then how about this?